And now, Snickers and WWE 2K25 present the Global Entertainment Spectacular, WrestleMania.
We welcome you to the showcase of the Immortals, the place where history is made and legends are born. Tonight, championships will be decided, legacies will be written, and careers may change forever. Ladies and gentlemen, the world is watching. This is WrestleMania.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Austin, Texas, Jordynne.
And we are kicking the night off with a doozy. A grudge match. A first time ever appearance for this woman on WrestleMania as her opponent, the Juggernaut, Jordynne Grace, taking on Thea Hale, the Money in the Bank winner. And this match pretty much started from St. Valentine's Day Massacre, you could say, from when Thea Hale wouldn't follow the marching orders of Raw General Manager Molly Holly. And since then, Thea Hale has drawn the ire of Molly Holly, and more importantly, Jordynne Grace, when Thea Hale decided to side with the Women's World Champion Sophia Everett in her battle against the Authority. And now she finds herself on the grandest stage of them all, taking on the biggest of challenges, the Juggernaut, Jordynne Grace.
Representing Chase University from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Thea Hale.
And Thea Hale coming out here like a bat out of hell, and we're getting started already, ladies and gentlemen. Referee Chad Pett having a difficult time getting in between the Juggernaut and Thea Hale, who have started off this matchup going blow for blow. It's absolutely broken down out here, and the referee able to get some control, and the match has begun. It's Jordynne Grace all over Thea Hale yet again, as this WrestleMania crowd hot and buzzing here tonight in Las Vegas. Opening contest as Jordynne Grace grabs a handful of hair. Seemingly that is what everyone does. And draping Thea's neck across the rope and just choking the life out of her. And an Irish whip to the apron here. These two, you have to wonder the nerves, the anxiousness between these two. It's their first ever, time being on a stage of this grandeur, of this magnitude in WrestleMania. Good Lord, the clubbing blows from the Juggernaut, just absolutely waylaying Thea Hale and planting her down to the ground. I'm going for a cover here. Maybe this could be it after those ferocious shots to the chest and the back of the neck of Thea Hale, but not to be outdone with a tilt-a-whirl head scissors. Back to the point of the anxiousness of WrestleMania. This is a big stage, the biggest of stages that these two women have been on. Thea Hale is only, 22, 23, 24? She's pretty young. And Jordynne Grace, obviously, making an impact, no pun intended, in TNA. One of the greatest knockouts of all time, if you ask me. Now on the biggest of stages. Never been on quite a stage as this. Will the nerves set in between either competitor is the question. As Jordynne Grace has full control of the arm here, maybe the shoulder area, just dropping down. Good Lord. You see the way Thea Hale's neck bounced off of that apron, her head bounced off of that mat like a basketball. As we're back here in the collar and elbow tie, and Thea Hale with the power advantage there, going for a clothesline, with Jordynne Grace able to counter into a fireman's carry. Samoan drop from Jordynne Grace, planting the Money in the Bank briefcase holder as she bounces Thea Hale's head right off of that top turnbuckle pad, and looking for a, what the hell is this? Vader bomb! My goodness. Going for the cover there on Thea. 1, 2. Referee Chad Patton on the call here for this matchup, getting a 2 count there for the Juggernaut as Thea Hale finds herself in a precarious situation here. And maybe Jordynne Grace measuring, looking for the Juggernaut driver possibly, but Thea Hale able to counter with a big knee. And firing up here in this matchup with a succession of clotheslines. Having the Juggernaut reeling. Back elbow into the corner. Looking for some stomps there, but Jordynne Grace kicking the back of Thea Hale. Finding out of whatever momentum that Thea Hale was building up there. And now bouncing her head right off of that turnbuckle yet again. Maybe looking for a muscle buster. That would pop me, brother. Kicking the gut there from Thea in a swinging neck breaker. Jordynne Grace in a bad way as Thea Hale fights back in this matchup. Kimura locked in. Kimura locked in on the Juggernaut. Jordynne Grace fighting out of it. The power, the strength. Not enough damage done to the arm of Jordynne Grace, able to fight out of it. Obviously, with the power advantage Jordynne Grace has over Thea Hale, it's going to be difficult to tap her out as she hits a vicious European uppercut in the corner on Thea Hale. And now good God, Regalplex. Just bridging, getting a near 3 count there from referee Chad Patton. As Jordynne Grace showing why she is one of the greatest knockouts of all time in TNA. The big stage of WrestleMania not getting to her. Showing why she will be a prime-time player here in WWE, and just the viciousness of Jordynne Grace on display. Looking for a spinning back fist, but they're having to counter with a soul kick to the midsection. And a springboard senton, but Jordynne Grace able to lift her body up at the last moment. And counter and dodge the attack there from Thea Hale, who's right back on the attack with some chase U stomps. Give me a C, give me an H, give me an A, give me an S, give me an E, give me a U. What's that spell? Chase U. Thea Hale up to the top, measuring her opponent, searching for the end cross body from the high rent district, following up with another springboard senton, but Jordynne Grace able to move out of the way again. Scouting her opponent well, has done her homework here on the grandest stage from all AA plant spine buster. Jordynne Grace back in control here, deadlifting Thea Hale powerbomb in the middle of the ring. Calling for Thea to get up to her feet. Handful of hair. Handful of hair bouncing her head off that top rope. Maybe looking for a muscle buster here again. No, Thea Hale with the counter kick. The guy. Hell yeah! From Thea Hale. Planting with the snapmare driver. 1, 2. Oh my God. Almost a victory. One of the biggest of her career, including the Money in the Bank. Springboard senton right back on the attack. Not letting Jordynne Grace kicking out phase her one bit. Knowing that she has to keep the pressure on the Juggernaut if she's going to walk out of WrestleMania for the first time ever with a victory. Big drop kick there to Grace. Planting Jordynne, who was crawling away, trying to find a breath here in this matchup. But Thea Hale not allowing Jordynne to get that breath. Big drop kick in the seated position of the corner. Tilt-a-whirl. DDT from Thea Hale. Another big maneuver to Jordynne. 1, 2. Oh. Kick out from Grace yet again. Thea Hale. I know it's wandering through our mind. What does she have to do to put down the Juggernaut? And looking for it. Maybe the Kimura lock. But Jordynne Grace countering with a big forearm smash. What the hell is this? Jordynne Grace. What the hell? Vertebreaker! Vertebreaker! To Thea Hale. Jordynne Grace kicking the gut. Here it goes. Juggernaut driver. 1, 2, and the Juggernaut stands tall at the grandest stage of them all.
Here is your winner, Jordynne Grace.
What a matchup between these two. Thea Hale is nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, the fight that she gave to Jordynne Grace. I don't think even Jordynne expected it. What a match between these two warriors here in Las Vegas at WrestleMania. What a way to open the show. And to the victor goes the spoils, Jordynne Grace.
The following is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship.
Big time matchup, ladies and gentlemen, and what has already been a fantastic night here at WrestleMania. I'm still reeling from our opening contest, but now we roll into a championship match, the Women's Intercontinental Championship match, to be more specifically. Roxanne Perez taking on Cora Jade, going for her Intercontinental Championship, which she won at the Royal Rumble in a triple threat match against then champion Selena Drake and Dominion stablemate Chelsea Green. That saw her pin Chelsea Green at the time, which, you know, insane, you know, in the moment. But as you've seen for the past couple of months, I mean, maybe Cora Jade has been out for herself. And lately, I mean, the challenger has gotten into the head of the champion. Obviously, previously in the past, about a year and some change ago, Cora Jade was victorious over Roxanne Perez in No Holds Barred. Victorious and when the Dominion and Alexa Bliss team together to take on Roxanne, Liv Morgan, Zelina Vega, and Naomi in War Games. I mean, Cora Jade has had Roxanne's number. But recently, that pendulum has swung around, and now it's the champion reeling from the challenger, the Prodigy. And tonight, if the Prodigy has her way, we could be looking at a new Intercontinental Champion. But desperate is as desperate does. Cora Jade going to Chelsea Green just this last Monday and not requesting, demanding that Chelsea Green's presence be felt on this match. So I mean, you would have to imagine that at some point when Cora Jade is in a bad way, Chelsea Green could possibly make an appearance here. And the same way she did at St. Valentine's Day Massacre when Cora Jade took on Selena Drake in a cage match. And Chelsea Green, I mean, if you look back at the footage, it didn't seem like Chelsea Green wanted to do what she did. So it remains to be seen if she will even come out here and help out Cora Jade, if that's the case. But I mean, the importance of, well, Cora Jade speaks to the importance of keeping the Intercontinental Championship in the Dominion. But it seems as if she just wants to keep the Intercontinental Championship for herself, I'm going to be real. I mean, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? You know, this is one of the more prestigious championships in the business. Speaking of which, let's send it down to Mike Rome for the championship introductions for our matchup.
Introducing the challenger from Laredo, Texas, Roxanne Perez. And her opponent from Chicago, Illinois, the WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, Cora Jade.
This Las Vegas crowd firmly behind the Prodigy, firmly behind Roxanne. I mean, this crowd's been all over the place here tonight. And we're living in cuckoo land, some would say. Referee Charles Robinson on the call here for this matchup here tonight with the Intercontinental Championship on the line, baby. Former friends, bitter enemies. Roxanne Perez, Cora Jade, one-on-one Intercontinental Championship. Let's go. As Cora Jade opens up with a big kick, but Roxanne Perez right out of the gate firing up with a combination of strikes. These two women know each other so well, know each other like the back of their hand. Obviously former tag team champions down there in NXT with Team 2002. Fought over the NXT Women's Championship. Have fought here on the main roster in a multitude of well, not a multitude of matches, but a lot of hardcore style matches. When you talk about no holds barred and war games, this match going one-on-one straight up, it's in the wheelhouse, you would say, of Roxanne Perez, one of the best technical wrestlers, one of the best professional wrestlers in the world. When you talk about Cora Jade, I mean, you have to talk about someone who is probably the most improved over the past calendar year, since she's not only since she's made her return, but really just since she's joined into the Dominion, and it's found her way into some championship gold, and she's looking to continue that reign here tonight, a reign that has spanned over the course of these last 3 months as Charles Robinson gets in between Cora and Roxanne to break the hold, but Cora right back on the attack, not letting the prodigy breathe. She knows that if she lets Roxanne get even just an inch of space, Roxanne will take advantage of the mistake that Cora has made, as she is brutalizing Roxanne Perez here in this corner. Jesus Christ! Oh my God, that was bro. Look at Roxanne's back. Good Lord. As she goes for a shoulder block by Cora Jade, able to block it, and right back on the attack with a scoop and a slam. And going for the cover here after that vicious assault in the corner there, and only getting a 1 count. Referee Charles Robinson on the count there, right in position to make that count. It's Cora Jade looking to choke the life out of Roxanne, but Charles right there to break it up. Noticing the foot was in the rope and breaking it up, and right back on the attack to that back area is Cora Jade. Does she have any back moves? I don't know if she has any. Well, she has the coffin drop, to be fair, but that's about it. As she goes for a forearm, but Roxanne able to counter. Looking for another forearm. Roxanne able to counter and returning with a forearm of her own. Finally back into this matchup after taking on brutal offense from Cora, and now going right back to that corner. Big chop to the chest. Turned up his position for something. Maybe looking for a running European uppercut, but Cora Jade able to counter. See, that's what I'm saying. They scouted each other, so they know each other so well, they don't even need to do homework. They just know each other like the back of their hands. As Roxanne hits another counter on Cora Jade, Irish whip to the apron, right to the outside, rather, as it gets dangerous out here. The floor is padded, but it is a very thin padding separating between the wrestlers and the concrete to protect them from themselves. But even though there is that protection, it is very thin and can still do a lot more damage than it would in the ring. As Roxanne gets Cora right back into the ring and loving what she's seeing on her opponent. As she hits a big super kick, re-entering the ring. And Cora Jade finds herself in a bad way as Roxanne is building up some offense here. Big kick to the, or big punch to the face rather, right hand, and chop block followed up. He's maybe looking in position, going for the, what the hell is this? Shout out to Terry Funk, brother! Oh, as she started in the legs of Cora Jade. Getting her, you know, if you're able to chop out the legs of your opponent's not able to get their base from under them to do some maneuvers. As Cora Jade hits that step-up knee, going for the pinfall here. We've seen her end matches with this maneuver. Roxanne Perez able to kick out at a count of 2. Sweet! And Cora Jade measuring her opponent, maybe looking for Jade to put away this matchup. Cora Jade, double arm hook locked, plants her. And you have to, going for the cover here, I'll explain. 2. Oh, 2.5. When a superstar does a maneuver, when a wrestler does a maneuver, and they do it on the more towards the apron side, that is so hard in the ring. It applies more damage than doing it in the middle of the ring. When you do it on the sides of the ring, it's just more damage, brother. And the Jaded on those sides of the ring, that's enough to keep down anybody. Cora Jade going up to the top, maybe looking for the senton, but swing and a miss. That's why they call it high-risk maneuvers, ladies and gentlemen, as Roxanne tosses Cora Jade into the corner, I thought she was looking for a European uppercut, but instead hits a monkey flip, planting the champion, but maybe the champion playing possum with a big forearm returning. Big chop here from Roxanne, another chop from Cora returned. And these two women trading blows. Right hand from Cora, counter from Roxanne. And she says, bring it. Big chop from Cora. Slap from Roxanne. Returning the slap is Cora. Big chop, these two women going shot for shot, blow for blow. Here in the middle of the ring for the Intercontinental Championship super kick from Roxanne Perez. And Cora Jade, she's tapped out to this maneuver. Too weak for the last 2 weeks. Crossface, middle of the ring, in a precarious spot, trying to find any means of getting out of it. But Roxanne, maybe feeling her grip loosening, letting go of the crossface, maybe looking for pop rocks here, calling for her opponent to get up to her feet. No, Irish whip into the corner. They really love this corner, brother. Big kicks to the midsection. Hey, shout out to that fan. It says it's their first WrestleMania. Shout out to you. Big kick in the gut there from Roxanne. This match getting into the deep waters, and this is where you really find out who's made of what, as Roxanne Perez with a Fujiwara armbar, I believe, as she gets Cora Jade up in a kneeling position, off the ropes, looking for something. Drop kick, counter there from Cora. This is what I'm saying. They know each other so well. They've done their homework. Bouncing the head of Roxanne off of that top turnbuckle. Big super kick to the knee. What the hell is she looking for? What the hell? Canadian Destroyer! What? Panama Sunrise. 1, 2. Kick out from Roxanne Perez. After, Jesus Christ. Cora Jade popping off. Kick in the gut. Jaded once again to Roxanne. Middle of the ring. 1, 2. Roxanne Perez finds a way as this Vegas crowd is hot. Roxanne finding a way to kick out of Jaded once more. And she finds some way to bounce back, going after the arm. Softening up, loosening up the arm of Cora Jade. Maybe apply the crossface later in the match, and she applied it earlier that it wasn't enough to put away Cora. These two women have given it their best shots, and it's not enough to keep the other down. This is what WrestleMania is. Fighting spirit, finding a way to continue. As Roxanne tosses Cora back into the ring, wearing the wounds of this war on her midsection, on her back area, with welts applied everywhere. As Cora Jade gets her draped across that rope, draped across the middle rope. What the hell is she looking for here? Oh my goodness, she's throwing the whole weight of her body across the draped neck of the Prodigy. And that cannot feel good. Cutting off the oxygen, cutting off the breath of Roxanne Perez. And a big drop kick to the side of the head. And Cora Jade calling for Roxanne to get up to her feet. Irish whip, one more time. Drop down. Leapfrog. Kitchen sink to the already welted midsection. Going for something at the legs. Roxanne able to counter. Big running European uppercut shot out like a rocket. And Cora able to get Roxanne off her feet and step up Yutsuguri from Cora Jade. Going for the legs again. These two women going counter for counter right now. This is sick. Luthez all over for Cora Jade as Roxanne. These two women doing absolutely whatever to walk out as the victor for the Intercontinental Championship back into the corner. Roxanne Perez looking for another monkey flip. Cora Jade saw it coming. Grabbing a hold of the back. What the hell is she looking? Dragon suplex? Counter from Roxanne Perez. In a big clothesline, taking out Charles Robinson. What the hell? Roxanne Perez inadvertently taking out the referee's super kick from Cora Jade. Planting her challenger. What the hell is she calling for? Is this? Oh, god damn it! Chelsea Green coming down to the beck and call of the Intercontinental Champion. Hey, Cora Jade calling for something from Chelsea Green, who, looks skeptical, but going under the ring, reaching for a chair. And Cora Jade looking to plant her challenger for Roxanne, taking out the champion's legs, going after that surgically repaired leg. And Chelsea Green has made her choice. Sliding in the chair to, the only person standing up in the ring, Roxanne Perez, with the hold of that steel chair. And cracking Cora Jade over the head with the chair. And getting rid of the evidence. Roxanne Perez kicking the gut. Pop rocks. Cora Jade's Intercontinental Championship is in dire straits. The referee coming too. Roxanne Perez locking in the crossface. Cora Jade a bad way. She has to tap. New champ.
Here is your winner, and new WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, Roxanne
Roxanne
Perez.
Perez taking advantage of the Dominion's crumbling and walks out of WrestleMania not only with her first ever WrestleMania victory in her career, but walking out as the new Women's Intercontinental Champion. And so begins the Prodigal Era. And what a WrestleMania debut for Breaker, victorious over an opponent of Jacob Frost's stature. What a match.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from New Zealand, Blair Davenport.
And now we move to a woman who, this time last year was defending her Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 40, and now this year finds herself no championship gold and just a bloodlust as she's taking on Stephanie Vaquer, who, Stephanie Vaquer, this is her first WrestleMania, so you have to imagine the nerves for Vaquer entering this stage. Blair Davenport used to this level of competition, used to this WrestleMania aura. But going into it, will she be able to see straight, keep her eyes locked in on the task at hand, which is walking out of here with a victory? She promised to tear apart Stephanie Vaquer for sticking her nose in her business, sticking Stephanie Vaquer's nose in Dominion business, and looking to take out Vaquer and take her out from Monday Night Raw, take her out from WWE, eradicate La Primera, who Blair feels as if she's, Vaquer sees herself as the savior of Monday Night Raw, the hero. And tonight, promising Vaquer a hero's death. Well, La Primera, one of the premier athletes in the world, will not go down, without a fight here at the grandest stage of them all.
And her opponent, Roxanne Fernando Chile,
Stephanie Vaquer with championship aspirations at one point in time before getting involved in the estate business and the Dominion business, and now finds herself going up against the top Gaijin, a former Queen of the Ring, former Women's Intercontinental Champion, one of the bigger names here on Monday Night Raw. Finds herself here at WrestleMania in a one-on-one grudge match, a match that will be hard-hitting, two hard-hitting competitors. And I'm sure that tonight they will not be holding back after the events of the past couple of months, obviously starting at Roadblock when Blair Davenport hit Stephanie Vaquer with an inadvertent severance, obviously aiming for Bianca Belair at the time, the woman who took her out months ago and forced her to vacate the Intercontinental Championship. Referee Jessica Cora on the call here for this matchup. And then Blair Davenport in that same night returning SVB to Blair Davenport. And since then, these two have been at each other's throats as Blair Davenport opens up this matchup with some high-octane offense, big double foot stomp to the back of the neck. Stephanie Vaquer has a history of neck issues. And she's Blair perched up in the middle rope with a big drop-kick missile style from the middle rope, sending Vaquer reeling to the apron. And these two, a victory would mean a lot for Vaquer here at this stage, but a victory would mean so much more to Blair Davenport, who has been on quite a losing... Who's been on quite a you got to do that every time. Who's been on quite a losing streak since returning to the WWE from her injury, losing that Money in the Bank losing at Roadblock, losing at St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Who's to say that a loss here tonight will not send her off the deep end? Stephanie Vaquer gets a count of 1 there on Blair Davenport. Blair Davenport rolling to the outside. Might be trying to find some breath, but Vaquer right there to meet her on the outside. And a big forearm shot to the back, maybe kidney area of Blair. And a stiff headbutt from Vaquer on Blair. Just throwing her right into that LED post. And now targeting the legs of Davenport. Davenport is nothing to mess with, man. Like I said, all these accolades that she's accumulated since being in the Dominion, Queen of the Ring. She's, well, not the last Queen of the Ring, that was Julia, but Queen of the Ring previously, and then going on to win the Intercontinental Championship and holding it for a good 5, maybe 6 months, I believe, before she was taken out by Bianca Belair. And obviously, since returning, her main focus has been to exact her revenge on Bianca, but I mean that didn't really work out for her. Thanks to, if you would ask her, thanks to Stephanie Vaquer, and I mean Vaquer has obviously been a big primetime player since making her debut, or since coming up to the main roster. Obviously, was a big part of that Survivor Series match for Team Raw, representing Team Raw as in NXT at that time, taking on Team SmackDown and Jada Parker, who was a part of that team at the time, now on SmackDown. And then obviously couple of months ago, going up against Sophia Everett in a World Championship Open Challenge, which was ever so close. Big super kick there from Blair Davenport, in which Stephanie Vaquer was ever so close to becoming world champion. And who's to say if she's not victorious here tonight, that doesn't set her right back on that path. As Blair Davenport misses the double foot stomp, but follows up with a big stiff kick to the back. Nice recovery there, but Blair Davenport, Kamagoye! Oh, catching is Vaquer. Grabbing the arm of the old, grabbing a hold of the arm. Big Irish whip in the corner, a big dragon screw targeting that leg yet again of Blair Davenport. Referee just Cora in position to make the count. 1, 2, and the top guy Jade able to kick out at a count of 2. Sweet. Stephanie Vaquer going up to the top, maybe looking for a spiral tap. She's ended a lot of matches with this maneuver. Oh, counter there from Blair. She's done her homework. This is why she was the Queen of the Ring. This is why she was the Women's Intercontinental Champion. And just raking maybe the nose or the eyes of Vaquer. Big right hand from Blair. Followed up with a big Yakuza kick. And Blair Davenport measuring. La Primera. Maybe looking for, I thought she was looking for Kamagoye, but no, the Falcon Arrow from Blair. Got all of it. This is how she won the Intercontinental Championship. 1, 2. Oh, kick out there from Vaquer. WrestleMania fighting spirit, ladies and gentlemen, it is a thing. Going to the middle rope. As Vegas lets these two women hear it, they're not, this audience is not worthy to witness a match of this magnitude. Missile drop kick, missed from Blair, followed up, super kick from Vaquer. Blair Davenport reeling to the corner. Feeding to the corner, big, oh my goodness! Nice succession of headbutts there from Stephanie Vaquer, who is stomping out Blair Davenport, running Meteora. As Vaquer finding her footing here in this matchup. Getting Blair up to her feet. What the hell is this? Eat defeat! God, I hate that move. I hate that move so much. Eat defeat from Stephanie Vaquer. That move is so stupid. What the hell is this? Oh my God! What the hell? I forgot what this move is called. Austin Aries did it though. It's not cattle mutilation, but it's pretty cool. I forgot what that move is called. Super kick from Blair, counter there from Vaquer, and targeting that arm yet again. Stiff forearm from Vaquer. Irish whip off the ropes, counter from Blair. Oh my God! Shoulder tackle, counter there from Vaquer. Irish whip from Vaquer to the outside of the ring. These two women going counter for counter. Technical prowess here from both. I mean, Blair is known for her striking, but she can, she can get grimy when it's time to get grimy. As Vaquer right back on the attack, not letting Blair get a breath of fresh air here on the outside. She does have it to a count of 10 to get back into the ring. As the referee has to restart her count because Vaquer went to the outside. Irish whip. Blair back into the ring, and we are back in the ring with Vaquer in control here. Turning over Blair Davenport, going up to the top. Looking for it one more time, maybe the spiral tap. She missed again. Blair Davenport with it scouted once more. Irish whip into the corner. Blair Davenport was playing possum. Big kick to the midsection. Counter there, back elbow from Vaquer. Irish whip into the corner maybe. Yes. And Blair trying to counter Vaquer, but Vaquer grabbing a hold of the leg. Dragon screw yet again. Up to the top. Looking for it. One more time. Spiral tap from La Primera. 1, 2, and the third time is the charm for Stephanie Vaquer, victorious at WrestleMania. What a match between these two gladiators that sees Stephanie Vaquer victorious in the end. And the way Blair Davenport has been moving lately, it kind of scares me. And if you're a member of the Raw women's roster, it should scare you too. But congratulations to Stephanie Vaquer on her first victory here at WrestleMania. What a match between the Ruler and the American Nightmare, and still your world champion Obafemi. But now it's time for the main event of the evening. What a matchup this should be.
The following contest is a no-holds-barred match. Making her way to the ring from Forest Lake, Minnesota, Molly Holly.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has been years since Molly Holly has been in a recorded one-on-one contest. You can go back as far as 2006, in the WWE here 2005, at WrestleMania 2004, March 14th, when she took on Victoria in a title versus hair match that saw her defeated. And here tonight, she faces one of the best wrestlers in the world, a woman who is at the top of her game, the captain, the women's world champion, Sophia Everett. And if Molly Holly were to lose this matchup, she loses her position as the Raw General Manager. All on the line for both. The question is, who will walk out the winner?
And her opponent from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, the WWE Women's World Champion, Sophia Everett.
This match has been brewing since even before the King and Queen of the Ring earlier last year. This matchup between these two have been brewing since then, when Molly Holly was taken out by Sophia Everett from frustrations of Blair Davenport being assaulted by Bianca, and Sophia thought Molly had something to do with it, was behind it. And since Molly Holly made her return, has been making Sophia's life a living hell. Sophia Everett just playing with her food there, obviously showing the difference between the best in the world and I guess if you ask Sophia Everett, a fading legend, and she has a combination of strikes here in the corner. I mean, Molly Holly, this is the deep end for Molly Holly, who locks in an abdominal stretch. That word kills me every time. She has it locked in here, trying to slow down the pace. And I mean, the pace would benefit the world champion, who is active. I mean, active. She gets to the chicken, bubba. Whereas Molly Holly has not competed in damn near 20 years, especially in a one-on-one contest. Like I said, this is the deep end for the Hall of Famer. And Sophia Everett hits a combination of strikes and a big forearm strike to Molly Holly. And looking forward with a torpedo suicide dive, going right after Molly, and already going into the ring, introducing some weapons and a hockey stick. The Canadian pulling out a hot, but Molly stopping her in her tracks as this crowd already letting it be felt. I mean, Molly Holly is from Minnesota, and they play hockey up there too. Big impaler DDT. I think she caught a little bit of that hockey stick right there on Molly Holly. Sophia Everett, been waiting for months, had the opportunity to get our hands fully on Molly Holly a couple of weeks ago, but opting not to, waiting, savoring for this opportunity. I mean, you saw it last Monday, putting Molly Holly through a table as a message sent to Sophia Everett's opponent tomorrow night in the main event against the EST Bianca Belair, and what a match that should be for the Women's World Championship, as Sophia Everett has bad intentions in mind with that hockey stick and putting it to use. Big super kick there to Molly Holly, and I mean, Sophia Everett has just been in full control of this matchup, doing whatever she wants to the current Raw general manager, just brutalizing her with the hockey stick. I don't even know hockey terms to use for puns in this instance, because I don't watch hockey. Who watches hockey? Come on now. Be serious. As Molly Holly is in a bad way here, and Sophia Everett back under the ring, and when you go under the ring, it goes to a bad way as this crowd chants out, "We want tables," and Sophia Everett happily obliges, paying back Molly Holly for all the crap that she's been put through over these past couple of months, especially at St. Valentine's Day Massacre, with the quote-unquote eradication of the trash of the parasite Sophia Everett, and Sophia now has possession of a shovel. What the hell? Molly Holly brought into the match. It's fair use. Sophia Everett propping up that table into the corner, shades of St. Valentine's Day Massacre when Jordynne Grace put her through that table, and now has possession of a steel chair and putting it to good use. Oh, Molly Holly begging for her life, begging and taking advantage of the situation as she chucks Sophia to the outside of the ring. What the hell? Elbow drop to the outside of the ring from Molly Holly. Oh my God. I mean, Molly Holly back in her day was one of the premier athletes, one of the premier women's wrestlers on the roster. Multiple-time women's champion. She is a pioneer of this business. She's not to be underestimated. She is a WWE Hall of Famer for a reason, and has a possession of the hockey stick that Sophia Everett has put to use for the entirety of this matchup, and just beating the hell out of the champion with it. As Molly Holly drives Sophia into that LED post that has been absolutely brutalized the entirety of the night. Gets Everett up to her feet, and Molly Holly in full control of this matchup, finding a way to grab a hold, since begging for her life, begging for mercy from the champion, is taking advantage of the opening since. Going for the cover here, looking to end this matchup in any possible way. Going for the cover, and almost a 3 count there, as Sophia Everett finds a way to kick out from Molly Holly's offense, who picks up Sophia on a fireman's carry and just an airplane spin. I actually love this move. It was so goofy. Airplane spin, dizzying the champion and dropping her on top of that chair, going for another cover. 1, 2, and a kick out there from Everett yet again, as the match pace, since Molly Holly has been in control, has slowed down, and that's probably the way Molly likes it. And she leaves the ring to bring in yet another weapon, which I think we have enough, ladies and gentlemen. Hurls a baseball bat into the face of Sophia in an alley-oop, nearly avoiding disaster of getting slammed on that chair. Molly Holly grabs a handful of hair. She has been in control of this match, much to the dismay of this Las Vegas audience, propping up Sophia up top that turnbuckle with a right hand and another right hand. The hell is she setting up for? In suplex position from the top. Suplex on this. Jesus Christ. Suplex on the shovel, and I think caught a little bit of that chair. Oh my God. And the shovel was not flat, ladies and gentlemen. Catching the boot from Molly Holly. And Sophia, big super kick counter there from Molly. Trying to grab a hold of Sophia. Sophia, Irish whip counter. These two women going, counter for her spear. Out of nowhere, the spear. Sophia finding some signs of life. 1, 2. Oh. Molly able to kick out there. And a count of 2. Finding a way, looking for a palm slap there from Sophia, right? Forearm smash from Molly, but counter Sophia, palm slap, chop from Molly. These two women going blow for blow. Chop from Molly, chop from Sophia, chop from Molly, chop from Sophia, chop from Molly. These two women trading chops. Chop from Sophia, chop from Molly, chop from Sophia. These two women feeding off of the energy of this Las Vegas audience here in the main event of night 1. Going chop for chop, blow for blow. Big palm slap there from Molly. Big straight slap there from Sophia. These two women going into a hockey fight. Appropriately so from the Minnesotan and the Canadian. Big super kick there to Molly Holly. Tilt-a-whirl. Oh my Jesus. I don't even know what to call that, but whatever it was effective on top of that steel chair. That was sick, actually. Big palm slaps, combination of strikes there from Sophia Everett. Roundhouse kick. Deadlift maybe. Into a German. Nope, counter there from Molly Holly. She's done her homework. Northern Lights suplex. And I think the lower part of her back caught the stick part or the handle of the shovel as Molly goes up to the top. Perched up top, maybe looking for the Molly go round, possibly. Nope, missile drop kick. Counter there from Sophia. Perched up on her shoulders. GTS. Got all of it. This could be it. 1, 2. Oh, Molly Holly. Showing why she is a WWE Hall of Famer. The fighting spirit. As this Las Vegas audience showing some love to these two women in women's wrestling. God damn it! Jordynne Grace, who competed earlier in the night, was victorious over Thea Hale. Getting involved here in the main event. I think she split open the champion. Kicking the gut. Oh no, shades of St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Poached up. Powerbomb through the table. God damn it. Jordynne Grace making an impact here in the main event in Molly Holly. Loving every minute of it. This is frame for frame. This is how St. Valentine's Day Massacre went for Sophia Everett. And it looks as if it's happening here tonight at WrestleMania. As Jordynne Grace just hurls the body of Thea Hale out here to the rescue of the champion of Sophia Everett. A newfound ally in recent months. As she's back on the attack of Jordynne Grace. Hell yeah, through the announcer's table. Thea Hale may have lost earlier in the night, but not letting that discourage her from taking the fight to the juggernaut yet again. Saving Sophia Everett here in this matchup. And now getting rid of Jordynne Grace here in this main event of WrestleMania 41. And it seems as if Molly Holly will have to go it alone as she realizes the situation she's in. Right back on the attack of Sophia Everett, or maybe not. Maybe not. And I think Molly Holly realizes that Sophia Everett's back to her feet and grabbing that shovel and right back on and hitting. I mean, that was a vicious shot. Jesus Christ. Molly Holly going for the cover here. 1, 2. Oh my. That was very close. That was very close. Molly Holly almost winning this matchup here against the champion. Big stiff kick to maybe the chest area of Sophia. And where the hell is Molly going? Going to the Prime Hydration Station. Going for a Prime bottle. Maybe she's looking a little thirsty. Maybe she needs some water. But Sophia popping a big forearm smash. I said water. Energy drink. Whatever it's called. Hydration drink. Now steel chair in hand. Sophia Everett back on the attack. Multiple chair shots to her challenger. And getting Molly up to her feet. Big palm strike. Counter there from Molly. Counter there from Sophia. Big elbow to the point of on the bridge of the nose maybe. A lot of slaps. Big forearm strikes. Sophia firing up here in this matchup. Irish whip into the corner. Big forearm smash. Not enough. Big high knee. Followed up by a clothesline. Oh my God, the head bouncing off of that apron. Maybe bouncing off the shovel. Moonsault. Springboard style. Yeah. Insult to injury from the champion, who's finding her way, finding some momentum here in this matchup. Going up to the top, elbow drop. Hitting her combination. Calling for Molly to get to her feet. GTS once more. And this is it to what? Molly Holly as chance of fight forever ring out here in Allegiant Stadium. The Hall of Famer, the world champion, going back and forth here in the main event of WrestleMania. Something has got to give with these two warriors, as neither opponent will be denied, as we're back at it here in the middle of the ring. And Sophia catching the... What the hell is she doing? Oh, right, left hand! Goodness! Was those brass knuckles? Maybe that was the gift from Royal Regal this past Monday, the brass knuckles! GTS! Going up top! Looking to put it away! Shooting! Star! Press! 1, 2! Molly Holly is out of power! And the champion is victorious! Molly Holly on the losing end of the result here tonight in the main event. Her first match in 20 years. Albeit she put up a hell of a fight, more than anyone would have expected. But at the end of the night, the best in the world does what she has done for the past year plus, maybe 2, maybe 3. Sophia Everett, victorious over the Hall of Famer who was bloodied, battered, in dismay, and obviously disappointed over the result. But if I'm Molly Holly, that's nothing to be ashamed of, to go down to the champion, especially in such fashion. And what a match. It was befitting of WrestleMania, both women wearing the wounds of war, bloodied, beaten, battered. But at the end of the night, it's the captain. It's the women's world champion standing tall and awaiting her opponent tomorrow night, the EST.